Hey guys, it's Gearhead. Welcome to another video, and today we're going to do a bit of a discussion video. It's been a while since I've done one of these, but anyway, we're first going to start off with some stuff that's coming next week. Now, if you've been paying attention to my Twitter feed, I know a lot of people actually have this time. So we have a new subscriber to that, so thank you for joining the channel's community and all that stuff. I hope you're enjoying it so far. You know, it's mediocre stuff, but you know, it's one of those channels on a budget kind of things. But I'll probably make a video on that later. But anyway, stuff that's coming this week. Now, if you meant like I said in that tweet, I've got a lot of unique stuff coming this week, stuff I've never done before. For example, I've got an autocross build on Forza coming this week, which I've never done an autocross build on any game, so it's going to be quite awesome to do. I think I tried it in Gran Turismo, but I could never get it right because I'd always have like one of the most overstreet cars in the game. And granted, this one is too, but it's not as bad. And then, of course, we have another old versus new episode in Forza. This time we're doing the same Mustang from the autocross video will be featured in it. It's a couple of old Mustang snakes, is how you like to call them, the Cobras, all that good stuff. And I've also got my first car reviews. Now, I've never done an actual car review on the channel. I would start with the Kia, but as we all know, the Kia is dead right now. It doesn't have a battery, so I can't. And plus, it's a manual, so you kind of know where I'm going with that. It's the reason I don't drive it anymore. But I'll probably do a review first on my mom's 2011 Dodge Grand Caravan. Probably jump down to either my Explorer or my dad's Mustang, and then go from there with cars I get every so often. I get the chance to review. But yeah, so that's basically the review stuff right there. That's part of the new unique stuff I'm doing. I'm probably also going to try to finally get some new stuff done with Minecraft on the PS4. It's been a long time since I've done a video on the PS4 in general, because my PS Plus expired last week, which has been a pain in the absolute nuts to get fixed. But yeah, and plus my Xbox Live is acting up still, so I'll probably keep you guys updated more on that when I actually figure out what's going on. Long story short, I got the 1 month trial. I had to put in my card information, all that good stuff, and it should keep me good till the 23rd of this month, which it is the 15th, I believe, today. So I've still got about a week maybe until it auto renews. I'm trying to decide: do I wait until it auto renews and just pay $10, you know, get it fixed, or do I wait until I get $60 and buy the 1 year membership? And that's basically what's been going through my head. Now, I kind of want to go ahead and do the 1 year membership, but that would kind of make a choice between what I want to do: get Xbox Live or Forza. And if I can keep Xbox Live down on cost, just to have it for the time being, so I'll get the money to get the new Xbox Live Gold 1 year stuff, then I'm probably going to stick with the $10 one and get Forza if I can get that option actually set in stone. But you know, that's kind of what sucks. But anyway, today's discussion is going to be about stupid part ideas I had for my truck, the 2003 Sport Trac that I've done tons of videos with. You can go check those out. I actually have a playlist of them now. Yeah, so the Sport Trac is a unique vehicle on its own. If you don't know, it was basically what spawned the SUT class, which consisted of the Sport Trac, the Chevrolet Avalanche, and the Honda Ridgeline. I think it was just those 3 trucks. A lot of people consider the Dakota a part of the SUT, which it isn't. The Dakota was a mid-sized truck to compete with the Ranger Colorado S10 and the itself, basically. But the Sport Trac is by far the smallest of the group. I believe the Ridgeline might be actually smaller, but yeah. The Sport Trac, though, was basically what spawned that entire group. There was like a 6-month waiting list when it was first announced, or something like that. But that does not mean that it's not tunable, as the Explorer platform is a very popular tuning platform for SUVs when it comes to, you know, domestic SUVs. You know, not a lot of people tune Tahoes and Suburbans to run rock crawls and stuff. I mean, there are those in the world, but they're not as common as stuff like the Jeep Wrangler and the Ford Explorer. My Sport Trac, however, is not really off-road built. Mine's actually 2-wheel drive, and it's a base model, so you know I'm going with that. But the stupid mod ideas I had. Let's see, I had coilovers at one point. I actually thought about putting coilovers on the truck, just for kicks and giggles, just to try it out. But then I realized that's about $600 I'm burning it just to try to be funny. And I was like, that's a waste of money. It'll never be used because I don't track anything right now because I don't have a car to track. I have my truck, which is too slow to track. Get it? Track, Sport Trac. No, I'm just kidding. That was a horrible joke. The next stupid mod idea I had was completely low-riding the crap out of it. Now, if it were a lower profile truck, when I say by that is the roof was a bit lower, say something like a Ranger, a Colorado, or an S10, I totally would not mind doing a low-rider build out of it. But with my Explorer being an Explorer, it's way too high. Like the body is really tall. It's an SUV. It's too SUV-like for me to build a lowrider out of. Now, when I say low rider mod, like low rider builds, I mean like the full package. You know, low suspension, air ride, exuberant paint job, all 10 miles. But I decided against it mainly because I've seen pictures of lowered sport tracks. And I just don't think they're really good looking. I think that if it were a Ranger, it'd be a totally different story. Be like, hey, that's pretty cool. But the sport track is too tall to be a lowrider vehicle. The next thing I had in mind was straight pipe. Now, a lot of people actually told me I should do it because I wanted a louder exhaust, but I don't want to sacrifice while failing my emissions test every year. So I decided not to go with that. But plus, I've seen videos of straight pipe 4.0 liters Ford V6s, and they just don't sound good to me. They sound very similar to the Cherry Bomb glass packs I was looking at, but I much prefer the sound of the cherry bombs more than the straight pipe. And if I were to do straight pipes, it'd probably be on something that was legal about it, where I could remove everything, not just the muffler. Because what I want to do, like my whole dream car build at one point was the '94 Miata or the '93 Miata, which is like right at 25 years old, where I could cut the cats and the muffler off and completely make it straight pipe. But I decided against that car as well, mainly because they're really hard to find in that model year. And then another stupid mod idea was a supercharger. Now you're probably thinking that's a cool idea. Well, not with my truck. My truck is 13 years old, and I don't think it's ever been maintenance correctly. So it's got oil leaks. I think it's got something is off timing. I think the timing chain itself is shot. I'm surprised it's actually still running. I need some wood to knock on now for saying that. But supercharging it will probably cause a lot more strain to the motor than I'd like. It'd probably blow the motor immediately. It'd probably start it and just bang, it's gone. But Kindlestone's actually talking about supercharging his Jeep, and his Jeep could totally do it because it's a 2000. It's a little bit older than my truck, but it's got literally I think about a quarter of the mileage. So yeah, he's barely at 50,000 miles, surprisingly. But yeah, you can do all that stuff and keep the car running. He can pull it off. I can't. But yeah, so supercharger was taken off the list. Now the next on the list was a Pro Charger, which same story. I have since mainly due to the oil leak I have on the engine. It's in the back of the motor. It's probably a valve cover gasket, my dad said. It'll probably just blow because it would just send all the pressure of that oil to that one spot, and the motor would just completely crack and die. And I don't want to burn $4,000 on a new motor because if you watch my Sport Trac vlog, what I did when I actually cleaned it and put a decal on it, I mentioned that I didn't want to go any parts over the truck's worth. So if it costs about $2,200 or more, I'm not doing it. I just do not want to pay more than the truck's worth to get something done. But yeah, it's pretty insane actually just to think about that. I've done all sorts of crazy ideas on that truck. And then the last one I wanted to put in, it's kind of an honorable mention, was off-road tires. Now, the area I live, we don't get snow very often, but when we do, it hits you like a bus, and we're usually stuck everywhere. Fun story, actually. The last time we got a blizzard, it was about 2013, I want to say, over here in the southern United States. It was a big blizzard that hit us right in front of my house. I'll have to probably show you guys sometime, but there is a cliff, basically. You drive up it, and then you hit this corner at the top of it, and there's my house. It's crazy to think about because when that blizzard hit, my mom picked me up from middle school. Oh, no, it was high school at the time. Drove me all the way down to the elementary school where my sister went to school, and my brother at the time, I believe. And we picked them up. We drove the long way around our little county. It took us about an hour and a half for a 15-minute drive, basically. We got into my neighborhood, and we were almost there. We witnessed almost several crashes. We saw a tractor trailer almost fall down a cliff in that snowstorm. Okay, so we get to that hill, okay? And this hill is, it's a pretty good grade. Jeep Wranglers were getting stuck and sliding down it. Jeep Wranglers, guys. These are, like the YJs and all that good stuff. My mom's 2011 Grand Caravan, which I'm going to be doing a review on today or tomorrow, climbed up it. Almost made it to the top, then got stuck. So we had to park at my neighbor's front yard. But yeah, anyway, back to the off-road tire stuff. I thought about doing that just as kind of extra protection when the conditions go bad here, because when it gets really snowy out here, it's usually a nightmare. And most people with four-wheel drive trucks, they're fine. Me, however, I got a two-wheel drive, and I just wanted to get extra grip. Now, probably the whole thing with that is my mom will probably make me stay home from school that day. But yeah. Well, anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this little video. It was pretty fun to make a discussion video. I like just talking to the camera every once in a while. Like I said, unique stuff coming this week. Car reviews for the first time ever on the channel. This will be quite awesome to have on the channel, guys. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, everyone.